Welcome to the Seattle Video Voters Guide, your chance to hear directly from the candidates on the August primary ballot. This is a vote-by-mail election. Instead of going to a polling place, ballots will be sent to all registered voters. In this edition, you'll hear from the candidates who will appear on the primary ballot for Seattle City Council District 5, Seattle Municipal Court Judge, Position 5, and Seattle Proposition Number 1, the Seattle Public Library Renewal Levy. All offices included in this guide are nonpartisan. Each of the statements is up to 2 minutes long and unedited. The candidates appear on your screen in the same order as they will on the ballot. First up, Seattle City Council. The Seattle City Council is the legislative branch of government. Members set the city's direction by enacting ordinances and passing resolutions. The council authorizes expenditures, adopts regulations, levies taxes, controls the finances and property of the city, and performs many related legislative tasks. This year, there is a special election to fill the unexpired term in District 5. Only voters in District 5, which is at the north end of Seattle, will vote in this election. The candidate elected to this position will serve the remaining year of the 4-year term and be on the ballot again in 2027. Only voters in District 5 can vote in the special election for Seattle City Council District 5.
My name is Dimitri Georgakopoulos. I'm running for the Seattle City Council District 5 seat. I was born and raised in Seattle. I grew up in Montlake and have called Seattle home for 58 years. I was very active at a young age at Montlake Community Center. I graduated from Garfield High School and earned a degree in history with a minor in political science from Seattle University. I love the city, and I've watched it evolve through every critical moment of its growth over those years. I've lived in District 5 for the past 15 years, and I can say once again, we are at one of those critical moments. I know we can do better, and here's what sets me apart. For the past 30 years, I've been an entrepreneur, owning and operating restaurants, as well as helping others build theirs from the ground up. For the last 13 years, I've been selling real estate with Windermere. In both worlds, time is of the essence. It's not just a phrase, it's how I operate. What I bring to this position is the ability to work across personalities, communicate clearly, pivot when necessary, and move efficiently to get problems solved. That skill set is exactly what District 5 needs right now, because the challenges here are real. From the violence along Aurora Avenue, between 95th and 145th, to the growing number of vacancies as businesses close or leave our neighborhoods. These aren't abstract policy issues, they are a crisis. The time to act is now. When elected, I will be your loudest and strongest advocate. I encourage you to follow my Facebook page. Please do reach out. Let's work together to set an example of how effective leadership in District 5 can reset the tone and table for the rest of the Emerald City. Once again, my name is Dimitri Georgakopoulos, and I'm running for the City Council seat for District 5. Thank you.
I'm Silas James, a healthcare educator, advocate, researcher, Democratic Socialist, union member, and former chair of the Seattle Disability Commission. I'm running for Seattle City Council in District 5 because I love Seattle. District 5 is my home. I want Seattle to live up to its promise as a welcoming city. Immigrants and refugees seeking sanctuary from abroad or fleeing another state for reproductive access, gender-affirming care, or personal safety should know our city welcomes and will protect them. Seattle's corporate surveillance program is expensive and puts the very people we promise to protect in danger. It must be ended. But for Seattle to be truly welcoming, it also has to be affordable. The gap between Seattle's wealthiest and the rest of us is growing. Renters and homeowners are being priced out of our city. I'm not a millionaire. I don't have a 6-figure income. Just like you, I'm reminded every single day of how expensive Seattle is. The answer to Seattle's problems isn't more cops, and it's not more cameras. It's making Seattle more affordable. For true public safety, we need to address poverty, and that means guaranteeing a basic income that people can count on no matter what, housing people can afford, fast, reliable, and free public transportation, healthcare access, and support for people in crisis. For almost 20 years, I've worked tirelessly helping people find housing, get healthcare, access public benefits, and graduate college. I understand these systems. I've used them myself. I know where they're broken, and I know how to fix them. I'm Silas James. Let's create a safer, more affordable Seattle together. We deserve a city where working people can still have a future.
I'm Julie Kang, and I'm running to represent District 5 on the Seattle City Council. I'm a 30-year North Seattle resident, an educator, union household member, civic leader, and a first-generation immigrant. Throughout my career, I have focused on making systems work for everyone. As a co-founder of a community bank in District 5, I expanded access to capital for small businesses and learned the importance of accountability, transparency, and responsible stewardship of public funds. District 5 needs a leader with practical problem-solving experience who will advocate for equitable resources for our community. On the council, I'll advance middle housing and transit-oriented development to create mixed-income neighborhoods with walkability, infrastructure, and affordability. I'll integrate climate planning into housing and fight for safer access to parks, transits, schools, and businesses. I'll strengthen public safety through transparent reporting, coordinated crisis response, and measurable improvements across SPD, the care team, behavioral health systems, and community partners. To reduce gun violence, I'll invest in behavioral health, suicide prevention, youth intervention, safe firearm storage education, and trauma-informed services. I'll support small businesses through public safety coordination, storefront stabilization, neighborhood activation, and investments that increase foot traffic and economic opportunity. As your council member, I will always strive to improve the lives of working families, seniors, and immigrants. And I'll stand up to threats from our federal government that undermine our city's value. I'm proud to be endorsed by the 32nd LD Democrats, elected officials, and community leaders from across District 5. I'm Julie Kang, running for Seattle City Council District 5, and I'll be honored to earn your vote.
Hi, I'm Nilu Jenks, candidate for Seattle City Council District 5. I'm running because the issues facing North Seattle are not being solved. Seattle is a deeply progressive city. We have the resources, the talent, and the votes to tackle major challenges, but often City Hall feels disconnected from what people are facing every day. When the Fred Meyer in Lake City closed, my kids asked me why nobody fought harder to save it or replace it. I didn't have a good answer. Families without cars lost access to groceries and pharmacy services overnight, and our city had no real plan. That's not acceptable. Housing costs continue to skyrocket, pushing more people into instability and homelessness, while longtime residents struggle to stay in the neighborhoods they love. My priorities are straightforward and reflect my conversations with my neighbors across the district. Build more affordable housing, improve safety on Lake City Way in Aurora, support neighborhood businesses, strengthen gun violence prevention, protect immigrant communities from federal overreach, move us toward meeting our climate goals, and make sure ranked choice voting is successfully implemented in 2027 so voters trust and understand the system. From serving as a PTA advocacy chair at John Rogers Elementary to organizing one of the largest gun buyback programs after the Parkland shootings to working to implement ranked choice voting in Seattle in 2027 as the Fair Vote Washington political director, my work has always been about connecting people and delivering results. I'm endorsed by the King County Democrats, the 32nd, 36th, and 46th District Democrats, Washington Conservation Action, the Working Families Party, United Auto Workers, Seattle City Workers, Grocery Workers, King County Executive Gurmai Zahalai, Seattle City Council members Alexis Mercedes Rink and Joy Hollingsworth, Senators Javier Valdez and Noel Frame, Representatives Daria Farivar, Julia Reed, Liz Berry, and more. And I would be honored to earn your vote. Thank you.
Seattle Municipal Court Judge, position number 5. Seattle Municipal Court's 7 judges hear cases involving misdemeanors and gross misdemeanors, including domestic violence, DUI, parking tickets, and traffic infractions. The Municipal Court also hears cases involving civil offenses, such as violations of the city's fire, housing, or zoning codes. Each municipal court judge serves a 4-year term in this nonpartisan office. Only judges in Position 5 will appear on the primary ballot this year. All voters in Seattle can vote in this race.
My name is Lindsay Calkins, and I'm running for Seattle Municipal Court Open Seat 5. I'm the daughter of an Air Force flight surgeon, and I was taught to serve the public from a young age. I currently serve as co-chair of the King County Bar Association Judicial and Litigation Committee. I graduated from Princeton University with honors and served on the University of Chicago Law Review. I'm a trial and appellate attorney with nearly 15 years of litigation experience, focused on criminal appeals and resentencing work. I also have substantive civil experience and was part of the team that brought the minimum wage ordinance to Seattle. Throughout my career, I have handled complex legal issues requiring careful preparation, thoughtful decision-making, and respect for the people whose lives are affected by the legal system. Before law school, I worked as an immigration paralegal, helping individuals and families navigate difficult and often overwhelming legal processes. During law school, I worked in the Civil Rights and Police Accountability Clinic, helping to promote transparency and equity in the law enforcement system. These experiences reinforce my belief that our legal system works best when every person is heard and treated fairly and with dignity. I am running for Seattle Municipal Court because I believe courts should be fair, thoughtful, and grounded in the real lives of people who come before them. Every person who enters a courtroom deserves careful consideration and equal treatment under the law. I also believe strongly in access to justice. For many people, municipal court is their first and sometimes only interaction with the legal system. It should be a place where people understand what's happening, where language access is prioritized, and where everyone is treated with respect regardless of their background or circumstances. My name is Lindsay Calkins, and I would be honored to have your vote.
Hi, I'm Garmin Newsom II, and I'm proud to be running for Seattle Municipal Court Judge, Position 5. I'm grateful to be endorsed by Judge Willie Gregory to succeed him in this position. I'm the son of an auto worker and an immigrant. My parents taught me the value of hard work, integrity, and the importance of giving back. I've carried those values with me while volunteering as a mentor, coach, and King County Ethics Board member. We need judges who have broad experience, sound judgment, and a deep commitment to access, fairness, and dignity. I've dedicated my career to these ideals, which have prepared me well to be your judge. I'm proud to be the only candidate with more than 30 years of experience handling criminal and civil litigation. For 12 years, I tried misdemeanors and felonies and helped victims obtain safe shelter, support, and resources. And for more than 2 decades as a civil litigator, I tried personal injury cases, land use, and other matters. And as the Burien City Attorney, I increased the public defense budget and secured grants to enhance public defense and hire social workers. I've been a King County District Court Pro Tem Judge and now a Seattle Municipal Court Pro Tem Judge. I became a lawyer to fight inequities, ensure fairness, and improve the justice system. And I'll continue doing so as a judge while also ensuring that people have a chance to access legal services, treatment, and support. I'll work with community partners to break cycles of violence, addiction, and repeated system involvement, and advocate for meaningful alternatives to incarceration to advance a justice system that works for everyone. I'm endorsed by retired Washington State Supreme Court Justice Mary Yu, the 32nd District Democrats, and more King County and Seattle Municipal Court judges than any candidate in this race. I'm rated exceptionally well qualified by the Latino Bar Association and Joint Asian Bar Association. I would be honored to earn your vote. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Gabe Rothstein. I'm running for judge in Seattle Municipal Court. I've lived on Capitol Hill since 2003. I've been an advocate for the poor and underserved for over 20 years. I started as a public defender in 2005, a job I still proudly hold. My career has been dedicated to advocating for real people, working with them, fighting for them, and understanding what it's like to fight for your freedom in an often hostile criminal justice system. I believe that judges need to be patient and compassionate, but also decisive. People and justice deserve that. Being a public defender is my full-time job. But also, I work as a pro tem judge. A pro tem judge is similar to a substitute teacher, just for judges. Additionally, I'm the chair of the Washington State Bar Association Character and Fitness Board. And on nights and weekends, I take calls from Youth Access to Counsel, so children can talk to lawyers before being interrogated by police officers. I'm also on the board of directors of the Home and Recovery Center, an inpatient substance abuse facility. I believe strongly in treatment, in the accountability that comes with recovery. I believe in redemption, and I certainly believe in second chances. If I've learned anything from my work with substance abuse, the opposite of addiction is not sobriety, but connection. Connection with friends, family, and loved ones. Community. I'm dedicated to serving the public interest, something I would continue as a judge. Even before becoming a public defender, I volunteered at the Housing Justice Project and Unemployment Law Project, helping Seattleites fight eviction and advocating for their unemployment benefits. Working in the public interest is a family value. My mother was a social worker in Harlem before going into private practice as a psychotherapist. My father worked as an educator for 35 years in public schools in the South Bronx. I was an EMT in high school and volunteered for my local ambulance squad. I very much hope to be the kind of judge my parents would be proud of. Thank you.
Seattle Proposition 1, Property Tax Levy for the Seattle Public Library. Seattle Proposition 1, which would replace an expiring library services levy, if approved, is expected to raise approximately $479,760,000 over 7 years. Money from this levy would fund investments in library operating hours and access, collections, technology, maintenance, and administration. The Executive Director and Chief Librarian and the Library Board shall provide an annual progress report to the Mayor and City Council from 2028 to 2034 to account for levy spending and delivery of library services identified in Section 6 of Ordinance Number 127419. If the proposition passes, property owners' taxes would increase by approximately 23 cents per $1,000 of assessed value. The maximum rate of the total Seattle levy is $3.14 per $1,000 of assessed value. If passed, this property tax would be collected beginning in 2027 and ending in 2033. RCW 84.36.381 exempts qualified senior citizens, disabled persons, and veterans with disabilities from paying all or a portion of this property tax. To see how a proposed property tax levy anywhere in King County will affect your taxes or possibly your rent, check out the King County Assessor's Tax Transparency Tool at kingcounty.gov/assessor. Click on the link for LocalScape. Click on My Property to enter your residence address. Then click on the tab to view proposed taxes. The tool will show the estimated difference in the taxes you will pay should the levy pass. If you have questions about whether the property tax exemption in Seattle Proposition 1 applies to you, contact the King County Assessor.
Seattle's public libraries are some of the most trusted and treasured spaces in our community. They're the foundation of an affordable, literate, and welcoming city. At a time of nationwide attacks on education and information, they stand for something fundamental: free and equal access to knowledge for everyone. To protect and expand these vital resources, we must vote yes on Proposition 1, the library levy, that provides more than 1/3 of library funding. Seattle is one of the fastest growing cities in the country, and our libraries must be able to keep up with our changing needs. Proposition 1 invests in the collections, programs, services, and spaces that we and our neighbors rely on every day. The levy ensures that our libraries can meet the increased demand and rising costs of books, especially the digital books that are more popular than ever. It expands free learning programs for children and families, immigrants and refugees, seniors, and people who may not have other ways to access technology or educational support. It ensures that aging library buildings are maintained and upgraded, improving seismic safety, accessibility, and energy efficiency at our neighborhood branches and at our iconic Central Library downtown. Libraries are essential for everyone. Thanks to Proposition 1, all of us can access trusted information, explore new ideas, and feel welcome regardless of our background or income. This measure replaces the expiring 2019 levy and would cost the average homeowner about $9 more per month. Tax exemptions are available for seniors and people with disabilities. The Library Board ensures levy dollars are spent properly and provides regular reports to the public. Proposition 1 is supported by library workers, community organizations, civic leaders, and neighbors across Seattle. Please join us to vote yes on Proposition 1 by August 4th for Seattle's libraries.
You've just seen all the video statements recorded by the candidates that will appear on the Seattle primary election ballots. We will produce another video voter's guide for candidates who advance to the November general election. For King County candidates and issues, watch the King County version of the video voter's guide. This program is a collaboration of the Seattle Ethics and Elections Commission, the Seattle Channel, and King County TV. This will be a vote-by-mail election. Ballots will be sent to all registered voters. Look for your ballot in the mail after July 15th and vote and return it on or before Tuesday, August 4th. Remember to sign the envelope with your voted ballot. To learn about accessible voting options, go to kingcounty.gov/elections. You can track the progress of your ballot online and find the location of drop boxes by visiting King County Elections at kingcounty.gov/elections. Remember to check out Localscape at kingcounty.gov/assessor to learn how a property tax levy on the ballot will affect your property tax. Ballots must be postmarked by August 4th. Thank you for joining us. We'd like to hear from you about the Video Voter's Guide. To comment on this guide, please call 206-684-8500 or email us at ethicsandelections@seattle.gov.